Hey guys, I hope that you were able to get through the rest of Romeo and Juliet. I just wanted to talk about a couple of things in this last act. I'm just going to refer to my book here a couple of times and kind of talk through what you guys read. And then I want you guys to ask any questions that you have or anything that needs to be discussed. Anything that you are feeling unsure of or anything that you feel like needs clarification. And I hope that you guys are working on your take-home final. Okay, so in terms of the take-home final, you guys, if you have questions about that, I'm just gonna put like a question out there for you guys, just kind of like what you did. You did an awesome job for the most part, you guys, with the mythology, the gift gods, with that question and kind of that discussion. That's kind of what we're working on, and we're going to continue kind of doing some different things in that format. So I want you guys to kind of be thinking about that a little bit. But we'll have that. I'll do a question there where you guys can. I'm just going to say like, what questions do you guys have, and you can ask any questions. That you guys have, something that you feel like we should talk about, or if you feel like there's something that you want me to address like this, I can certainly create another video and go through anything that you guys have questions on, which I will probably do. I'll probably do that on Monday, like if you guys have stuff that you want me to continue to talk about with it, okay? Or tomorrow. I'm going to extend I think I put the take home final. I think I put the due date as tomorrow. I'm going to extend that to Monday, so you have the weekend to kind of vacillate and like work through some of those things on there. And what other thing was I thinking about? And then that way also, if you guys have questions that you want to talk about, or that you have that you think you want me to talk about or whatever, you guys can let me know and we can do that before it's due. Okay, so Act 5, we are going into Romeo is in exile. We start off and he's having this dream, and it's like, obviously we have a lot of foreshadowing here, but it says, I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathed such life with kiss in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, how sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. Okay, so when we're thinking about that, we have this foreshadowing kind of feel looking at what we know, because we have that dramatic irony in there, right? We have a situation where we know that Juliet is dead, not really dead, but Romeo doesn't know that. And he's having this dream that he's dead, and her kisses are what wakes him up. So then when we think about that in the future of the play, she's dead, but him being there, she would wake up. So you have that parallel going on between his dream and her there. And then Balthazar comes in. He comes in and he's like, hey, Romeo's like, hey dude, what's up? Like, what news do you have from Verona? How is Juliet? What's going on there? Like, if she's good, then there can be nothing bad. And Balthazar says, then she is well and nothing can be ill. When he's saying that she's well, it's not like he's saying she's good to go, she's alive. He's saying she's well, she's in heaven, she's in a better place, kind of thing. So then he actually lays it out that she's dead. Romeo freaks out. He calls the apothecary. He gets the poison. And it's kind of the interesting back and forth there between him and the apothecary. She does give him the poison. But she's like, this is evil. I feel like I shouldn't be giving it to you. And he's like, I'm giving you the evil by giving you this money. The money is what causes all evil. And the apothecary is like, it's my need for money that's making me say yes, not the fact that I want to give this to you. I don't want you to do this. And he's like, well, I'm paying your poverty, not your will. Okay. So then he gets his poison, and him and Balthazar take off back, and they're back to Verona. Scene 2, we have the two friars talking. Friar John comes in and he's like, hey, what's up? And Friar Lawrence is like, hey, how are you doing? Did you get that letter taken to Romeo? And he's like, actually, I really didn't. I'm sorry. Here it is. I got delayed because we got in trouble, or we got held up with the county health officials and them saying that we might have been exposed to the plague when we were visiting sick people. So I wasn't able to do it. Here it is. Sorry. And Friar Lawrence is like, oh, well, crap. Okay, I gotta get to the tomb where Juliet is. She's going to be waking up in the next couple hours. So I have to be there to help her, because she's going to wake up and she's going to wake up and not know what's going on. So then in scene 3, we have kind of everything comes together, and all of it kind of hits the fan, right? He's headed to the tomb. But Paris is also headed to the tomb. Paris shows up and he's like, I have these flowers. His page, like his helper, his servant kind of guy, you stay up here, keep watch. If you hear anything, let me know what you hear. Okay, so he's going to go and kind of pay his respects to his would-be bride. Okay, so he goes and he's down, he's like scattering the flowers around, and Romeo shows up, and obviously Romeo is not in a great state of mind. We have him telling Balthazar, here's this letter, take it to my father, get out of here, leave me alone, go, go, go. Balthazar's like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. He's like, please just go. The page whistles to let Paris know that someone's there, and Balthazar's like, okay, fine, but he decides he's going to stay there and kind of hide and see what happens. So Romeo comes up, he sees Paris, then Romeo and Paris fight, Paris dies. And then the page goes and finds the authorities, goes to get them and bringing them back. Romeo goes and breaks into the tomb and finds Juliet in there dead, and he drinks the poison. Right after he drinks the poison, Friar Lawrence gets there and he's like, oh no, bad deal here. And then Juliet wakes up and Friar Lawrence is like, dude, we're going to get some help. We're all good here. She sees him. She stabs herself. And Friar Lawrence has gone to go find some help. And because the page has gone to get the authorities already, the authorities show up. They've gone to go get the prince and Montague and Capulet, and all of the people are coming to the graveyard. Okay, so all the different people kind of come in and they kind of all relate their stories. Friar Lawrence lays out basically everything that has happened from the time that Romeo and Juliet get married. The prince is like, what the heck happened here? Like, this is crazy. We have 3 more people dead here. How did this happen? What is going on? And so he's like, well, let me tell you, I'm going to be short. I needed to confess my fault in all of this because I do have fault. I'm sorry. I will take whatever punishment you give me, but I married Romeo and Juliet. Tybalt died the same day. She was mourning the loss of Romeo, not the loss of Tybalt. You told her she had to marry Paris. She came to me and said she was going to kill herself unless I gave her an option. I gave her this potion that would help her, would make her seem dead and then wake up. And then she came here. Romeo got word that she died. He came back, killed himself. She woke up, killed herself. The nurse knew about it. I knew about it. That's where we're at. And the prince is like, whoa, that's quite a story. And Balthazar is like, I went to go tell Romeo about all of this stuff. Here's the letter. They get the letter, they read the letter, and the prince is like, yeah, the letter pretty much says exactly what you said. And the page then tells what Paris was doing there. And the prince is like, okay, this whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. Montague has come in and Montague says his wife has died as well at home, basically, because she was so sad about Romeo being exiled. She didn't even know that he was dead, just that he was exiled. She died at home, like, mourning him. And the prince then is like, okay, this has all spiraled because you guys basically can't get along. It is your guys' fault that your kids are dead right now. So he's like, real talk, hard love kind of thing going on here. He's like, you guys, this is all your fault. You need to come together, figure it out, and not continue this feud any longer. I've tried to help you. I've tried to talk you through it. I have tried to like punish people for kind of acting against each other, but none of that worked, and now your 2 kids are dead. So nice work. Capulet's like, I'm sorry, we need to come together and get over this feud and like become brothers, essentially. And Montague's like, yeah, I'm so sorry about your loss, and it's our hatred for each other that caused all of this. And the prince is like, okay, well, I'm glad that you guys can kind of figure this out at this point, but let's all go because some are going to be punished and some are not. And then the last 2 lines, for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo. So basically, all of it could have been avoided, right? Like, by a couple of different people. The friar played a big part in that. The parents played a big part in that. Like, there's so many different points where it could have gone and it could have changed if just one person would have acted differently. So that's basically what happened, you guys. If you have questions, obviously you read it. If you have questions, please talk to me. Please let me know. I will put that question out there for you guys. You can ask any questions about the play, about the things that happened. Think about all the people that died in the play, because that's kind of an important deal. Basically, we have all of these people that died for nothing, right? For a feud, for a 3-day whirlwind romance. Yeah. So I want you guys to think about all of this stuff. Ask any questions that you have. I'm extending that due date for the thing until Monday. If you have not commented on the questions that I put out there this week already, please do so. And make sure you're staying in touch. I hope you guys are well. I'll talk to you later.